Hello everyone, I'm DXG and welcome to my brand new series, One Up. My channel is all about the love of games and the sense of community that you get when you play with your friends.
Here you go, my love. I used to.
I'm dead.
Sorry.
So when the government asked me to work with them on a video series that celebrated the positive impact of gaming as a dad by day and a gamer by night, I literally could not wait. And I thought, what better way to do that than to show all the ways that gaming is great and how it increases your life experience. Or for the gamers out there, XP, whilst also poking some fun out of some outdated misconceptions about gaming that some people still hold. In this episode, I'll be looking at misconceptions that can be easily found across the internet, as well as some live examples from my audience when I asked them directly, what has anyone ever said to you? In return, I will give you guys my opinion on what the misconceptions are and some more clarity on them and what I believe they really mean, or just completely debunk them as untrue. Okay, so the first misconception that we're going to cover is that gaming has no benefit to anybody's lives. And first of all, I can straight up just tell you that that is completely untrue. Oh my God, there are an abundance of reasons as to why gaming is special to the people that do it. And I guess the first one that I can speak of, especially for myself, is that gaming is a bit of an escape. Some people take to doing other hobbies, like skating or horse riding or football of a weekend. Gamers will take to gaming. I remember when, before I became a full-time content creator, I was working for a job in London. And when I came home, one of the things that I really wanted to do was I wanted to jump on and play a little bit of a game called Division with some friends that I had made, because I was so stressed at work that all I wanted to do was grind that mission to get myself that loot at the end of it and feel that bit of reward for accomplishing something of that day instead of just being shouted at by your boss. Another benefit to go towards these non-benefits is that actually you can make loads of friends through gaming.
No, I don't like talking to people. I just like to communicate with my controller.
You may initially start off with a friend at work or a friend from school or a family member who games like you do and you share the same games, but then they have friends who also like gaming and then they introduce them to you and so that network grows and grows and grows, and eventually you're playing with somebody that you met through 5 different connections, but you and them have this strongest connection, and all of a sudden you play games daily together because there's a quest that you guys like doing on a particular game, or there's a multiplayer that you guys have this really strong chemical connection with. It means that you absolutely bust everybody from start to finish, and that gives you this real sense of achievement in life, and it gives you a little bit of a purpose. And to take that away because it's in a game and not on a field is absurd. It's bonkers. Subjective to my own opinions and my own experiences, you can take other worldwide events that also show how much of a benefit the gaming is to people and their lives. You just have to look at a very famous streamer, Dr. Lupo, over on Twitch. He raised $2.3 million in 24 hours for St. Jude's Children's Hospital charity that he does, which is phenomenal. How many people or places or TV events do you know that raise that level of money that quickly? And then also, from a brand or a gaming perspective, you just need to take a look at Xbox and the release of their adaptive controller for players with disabilities who can't necessarily hold controllers, and it gives them a way to experience and immerse themselves in the world of creation and adventure. These things are amazing. Okay, so let's move on to the second biggest misconception, in my opinion, and that is that games are childish.
Haha, gaming time!
The originality of people saying that games are for children is because when games were first introduced into the mainstream, people my age in the 80s, we were children, and when we first picked them up, we were at the young ages, and some of us have grown out of playing them, and some of us have carried them through and called them a hobby and something that we're especially passionate about. Video games are increasingly embedded in UK culture and society. Games are one of UK's most valuable entertainment media. The value of digital and physical game sales in the UK reached £3.864 billion in 2018 and up 9.1% on 2017, according to the ERA. Games remain well ahead of both video at £2.34 billion and music at £1.3 billion. Games are not just games anymore. They are an art form. You've got ones that look very beautiful and really push the boundary of graphics and what is capable from a human being plugging into the art world of computers. It's also pushing the boundary on technology and AI and how AIs interact with each other. I mean, calling gaming a waste of time, what is considered a waste of time? If gaming makes somebody happy, how could that be them spoiling their time away? Someone might be happy knitting and you might look at them and be like, wow, I would never knit in a million years. Like, that just looks so boring to me. But it's all subjective, right? That's why we have to be respectful of each other's passion points and hobbies, because, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Also, you have to look at how gaming is, transitioned into the world of business. Gamers who have been pros are now going into coaching. You wouldn't laugh at a football player who's going into coaching and coaching the younger years. So why is it any different in gaming? These guys are creating a career out of taking the most talented of young players and turning them into something or someone who can make money or inspire others. Gaming is huge now. There are plenty of ways of making a living through gaming. Look at myself, for example. I make a living through streaming, and as of lockdown, through COVID, there are so many people that have taken to streaming as a way of earning a living because their jobs have been lost in the unfortunateness of what is going on at the moment. And if you're looking for me to cite something rather than just giving my opinion all the time, the National Literacy Trust has actually found that gaming has helped with literacy, confidence, supported positive communication, and increased empathy. So there is an actual research study that shows that gaming is a positive influence on all of us. No matter if you're a young gamer or an older gamer. And our third and final misconception of this video is that gamers are lazy, weird, and basement dwellers. Oh. I myself have had to live through a lot of this throughout my years. I remember even in university, whenever I used to meet or try and meet some new people, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm a gamer, they'd sort of look at me with disgust, like, ooh, is that what you do in your spare time? But it's really just not the case anymore. Gaming has gone so mainstream, it's unbelievable. You just need to look at some of the most famous faces that are also gamers. You have one of the biggest song artists, Drake, who played Fortnite with the biggest Fortnite streamer of the time, Ninja. Also included in this list is the famous footballer Harry Kane. He's also an avid gamer, playing games with other famous footballers in their spare time. Moving on from professionals who game, I can even tell you about professional companies looking for gamers. Part of this misconception is that gaming requires no skill, yet gaming requires a remarkable amount of skill. You have problem solving, strategy, coordination, leadership, decision making, accuracy, just to name a few. Recently, major brands like Jaguar and Google have even taken to gamifying their interviews to shortlist candidates for new roles within their firms. Gamers have a solid place within society, and the contribution we can all make is widely being recognized now. A North Carolina University study actually showed that gaming augmented a player's social life. So who wouldn't want to be that person who hits the Fortnite friends list cap of 1,000? People may have a number of friends on their Facebook, but I can tell you that now, one of the best things about the gaming community is that I have hundreds of friends who I can call upon to do an adventure with me or a quest or crack some heads in team deathmatch. But what will happen during those games is I will ask them how they are, and they will ask them how I am. They will talk about their day. They will talk about their frustrations. They will hear me out. I won't be lonely. And I think that is so much more of an important thing than worrying about the fact that I potentially have to admit that I'm a gamer. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of this episode. As I said, this is one of 3. So definitely look out on my channel for the next 2 in the coming few days. To all the gamers out there, remember, be proud of who you are. I myself am unashamedly about to drop in on my 20,000th match on Fortnite. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you drop a like on it and also subscribe, because this is going to be the first of 3 of these episodes. So definitely watch out for those in the future. But otherwise, I hope you all have a lovely day or a lovely evening. Keep well, stay safe, peace and love.